Hi guys.
Welcome back to the Glory Lifestyle channel. This is Gina and
This is Sam.
Before we get into whatever we're going to talk about, we would like for you guys to subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of us and hear whatever we talk about in the future. I mean, we're fun, I think.
And also, if you guys want us to see both of us together, or just want to see that together, yeah, put in the comment section as well. You wants me to be on this with her or not. Oh, well and good. But we're just gonna talk about our day. We had a pretty much, a fun, productive day. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, we did.
And
we were blessed to be able to drop off our little one at my Nana's house.
Which is his great-grandmother.
Yeah, and she watched him for us while we drove around the city.
Yeah.
We went to eat breakfast, and breakfast was like, yeah, he said earlier it was a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. I won't go back over there again.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with with the service over there. The only reason why I gave it 5 was probably the vibe and the customer service, but the food, man, we should have just gone to a Mexican place.
Well, no, it was Snooze. We wanted to go to Snooze.
Oh.
I wanted us to go to Snooze. That was an option.
But Snooze look bougie though.
Yeah,
I don't like bougie at times.
Huh?
So even though I like bougie.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
it depends on your mood.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
so, what do you think? How was the day today?
My day.
Even though we spent the day together, but how was the day today?
I had so much fun. We went through. I mean, I get into deep topics and whatever, but we've had a rough patch in our relationship, so we are out of the...
I'm listening to your rough patch. I'm just thinking of what you were saying.
We did have a rough patch.
Okay.
Am I the only one that was experiencing it? Yes.
I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no, but I just want to say we all, see things in a different way.
Okay, what would you consider that phase as?
I mean, that phase was a phase.
It was a phase.
But when you say rough patch,
did you enjoy it? Like, was that
how long was the phase for?
Like 3 months. November, December, January.
Jesus.
Yeah, I told you.
That's how long it was for you?
Yeah.
November, December. Wait.
January.
Wow.
We are out of it though.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't pay attention well enough.
But, something that we can talk about is that, like, I think it was more so, like, Sam was just experiencing some hard stuff. And I don't know if he'll want to share about it. It's fine. But he was experiencing some hard stuff. And for me, I just felt like I was left out.
Well, I would say... Well, yeah,
you can't tell me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thinking about it now, you're saying from November, that was because we started November 4th, so I remember now, so that makes sense. Man, I forget things. Well, I won't say I forget things, but I think I let stuff go real quick in my head.
No. Oh, you let you let it go, like you don't think about it, or you like.
I kind of forget about it.
Oh.
Like once that phase go, I kind of forget about stuff at times, and I think which is good. I think that's something that kind of helps me a lot. But I think one thing good thing about me is like I find that I easily forget certain things. Like whenever I have an experience or I'm going through something, and when that stuff goes through, I'm just like, I just kind of like it's just like never existed again to me.
Right, and that's because he spends so much time during that phase, thinking about it. Does that make sense?
Because I deal with it the way I can. I mean, you can say I don't deal with it. I deal with it the way I can and to my best, ability. And by the time I'm done with that phase, like it's just like nothing ever happened, and I just move on. I think that's how everybody should be as well.
Comment below if your spouse is like that, to where like if they're experiencing a very heavy problem or even just a problem and like they get into their heads about it and then they kind of like retreat into themselves and then like, yeah, you retreated for 3 months.
Well, it's funny though, because my mom kept, whenever I speak to my mom, she'd be like, oh, tell us what's going on. And I'm like, there's nothing going on. And I'm like, I mean, but now that you brought it back up and I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, there was something going on.
It's not funny.
I know it's not funny, but
it was extremely hard for me.
Yeah, but it's just the way I process, the way I process stuff. It's just crazy for me thinking about it. Like, cause I just realized okay, well, my mom kept asking me that, you know, if you're going through a tough time, you know, you can talk to your wife, you can talk to, and in my head, I was like, where's this coming from? Like, I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. But now that she just brought it up, and right now, it just made sense in my head, like, oh, this is what I was going through. And, yeah, I can look like I'm crazy. But, but then I'm just thinking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, November 1st is when I started this crazy road journey, and now, but I think I don't even think if it's something good or something bad, but I think I just easily forget. Well, I won't say easily. I don't forget stuff. I remember stuff most of the time. And,
it was pretty much like last week.
Yeah,
it was like something clicked, and I had a video praying for intimacy in marriage, and I was true. You haven't seen it.
I saw that. I saw it on YouTube. I was scrolling the other day. I saw it on YouTube.
On my computer. So we have that video about praying for intimacy in marriage, and I think that for us, like when we're going through, or when Sam has gone through a hard phase, or is going through one, whatever, intimacy is like probably. It's easy for that to just fade and go away. And
let me just clear a picture, I think, if people don't understand. Is like, whenever I go through my face, I'm just like a snail. Have you ever seen a snail? You guys know about snail? You got to do biology.
Is it biology?
Yeah, it's biology. You got to do biology. What do you call it? So you're gonna call it? It's biology. If you do biology, you know about it, you know, reptiles and all kind of crazy stuff. But snails, you know, whenever you touch them, or they, you know, go out of their like whenever they come out of the shell and they move around, they, you know, spread their antenna, that which is the eyes or whatever, they move around, they wiggle around, they enjoy the ground. But when something comes out of the, you know, out of the numb, then they go back into the shell. You just sit and they just come back. And I'm just like that during my face is like, whenever I'm going through stuff, I just go into my shell. And going into my shell is like, I'll shut everything out, cut everybody off, and I just internalize it, and till I figure it out, or you know, I get over it, then I come out of my shell again. I'm like, hey, nothing happened.
Oh my gosh, when everything happened, and I'm over here, and I was over here freaking out and thinking the worst possible things because I didn't know what he was going. Well,
you know what I was going through. I
knew why he was experiencing what he was experiencing, but for me, it kind of leaves me out just to fend for myself. At the end of the day, that's how I feel. I feel like it leaves me out to fend for myself.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, it was like when he was in that phase, he just wasn't really like cleaning, or he wasn't like thinking about like how he can help me with the baby, or like.
But help with the baby? Well, I wasn't thinking, but I helped. So don't get it wrong.
I'm not saying that he didn't help with the baby. It was just like it's harder for you to go out of your way to do like extra stuff. Does that make sense? Like the thoughtful stuff that you might think about, it'd be hard for you to.
I don't feel like doing nothing most of the time. Well, yeah, I think which is something that's always been from, you know, high school. Like whenever I'm in myself or thinking of something, I just don't want to do nothing. I just want to do my own thing, do whatever I want to do, and call it a day.
And so for me,
which could be selfish, you know.
Yeah. So for me, like the way that I dealt with it was like I talked to my counselor about it a lot, like a lot, and then I prayed about it a lot. Some of my videos were definitely praying for him And then in the mornings, I would pray for him, like before him and the baby wakes up. And like, but also too, I was having a lot of anxiousness, and like I was worried, and so, but I kind of like tried my best to pray through it. And that was the only way I just had declared and told the Lord, and even at church, I had gone down for prayer and asked him to pray for our marriage, because that week, you know, we were still struggling. And I mean, and also too, like when we're going through stuff like that, there becomes this lack of communication in a different kind of way, because it's not like he's saying, you know, hey, Gina, this significant event happened, and this is how I feel, and this is what I'm thinking. And so when I don't like know any of that stuff, then it leaves me to really just wonder. But also too, my counselor was like, you feel really insecure. And I was like, yes, but I was so curious as to what was going on in his head that, you know, I just thought he was gonna find a reason to leave, because that's like my dad is not active in my life, you know? And so like, I've had men to be fatherly towards me. There's something in my eye. I'm not crying, for real. I mean, I've had Christian men, you know, that I've had them to be fatherly towards me and stuff like that.
Some tissue?
No. Yeah, so, I mean.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I was thinking the insecure thoughts were like, he's going to find something to leave about. Like, he's so overwhelmed. Like, maybe I'm doing too much. You know, like, maybe he doesn't want this family anymore. Like, maybe all the bills are too much. This is how a woman's mind really, really works.
That's crazy to know that,
but also
I'm just thinking
some women, and it's not all women. You know, it's me, my background, what I've been around, and, you know, I mean, specifically, you know, saying that my dad wasn't active in my life, or, you know, he was in and out. I mean, you can just, me personally, even at my age and whatever, I still had. So I just had, you know, different thoughts going through my head. And so my counselor was able to identify and say, like, this is what's going on. And it kind of helped me and made me think, you know, like, okay, like, I can pray through this, and I can, like, the Lord can break through these things. Amen. And I don't have to sit and worry and anxiousness. Because towards the end of it all, I really gave it up to God. And when I didn't initially give it up to God, that was when it was just more stressful and anxious and, like, you know. So it was like towards the end, I gave it up. But, I mean, I'm being real. Comment below if, you know, in your relationships in the past, whatever you were in that place. And what did you do to get out of it? Like, you know, if your partner was going or through something really rough, like, did you have thoughts like me? Am I the only one? Like, I want to know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but I want to say you know, I think it's, at the end of the day, it's, well, like you said, and the experiences made you think what you think, and, excuse me, and also my experience also as, you know, but, for me, my past and how I was raised and how I grew up, or, you know, the way I grew up is just, it kind of makes me do the things the way I do things. And I lived on my own for, like, you know, for almost 7 years or so. Or I've lived, I've been living on my own for almost, I'll say, up to 14 years now, if no more. So just imagine, whenever I'm in my own moodiness, most of the time, I just do my mood myself, and even when I was moody in high school, because I went to a boarding house, I just didn't talk to my friends, and they just say whatever, and I'm just like, just leave me alone. And I would tell them to leave me alone, and I would just, and the moment I get back myself together, and I just, okay, hey, what's up, what's going on? And if you don't want to talk, fine. If you don't want to talk, I still keep moving. But I think that affects, how I would say that's different from if I grew, if I had lived with my parents, when I was in high school, I'd probably I might have probably been able to, deal with it, but whenever I moved it, would probably call me out of it or whatever, but there's certain things I do these days, and I'm just like, I think it's more of my background, not living with my parents, throughout my high school years, and I'm just who I am, and I'm just like, it's what it is, and I think that could be selfish at times, and I think it's just, what it is for me, compared to, what it could have been if I was living with my parents, so that's another case, but for me, I just felt like, I didn't think you would think that way because I've seen you go through your own experience with certain things over your time where you're moody, there's some days you don't. I mean, you don't really last that long like I do in terms of, being in my mood or whatever.
3 months?
Yeah, you say 3 months. But, I mean, I've seen you being moody and I'm just like, she's having her time and it's just what it is. But I think the most annoying part why it took so long was I was trying to deal with it and you were trying to get me out of it and I'm like, no, like, I think I just have to go through it properly myself, and I think at times in relationships, like you gotta understand your spouse and you gotta understand what you're dealing with as well. Like for me, I felt like she was trying to take me out of it, and I'm like, I'm just trying to go into my shell and just rethink myself and configure myself in my shell. But during that process, you were trying to get me out of that shell. It was just like a snail. Cause I don't know if you guys ever played with snails before, like or the snail grows in back in and you're trying to pull it back out, and you might pull it out for a little minute, but the next thing is the snail is not trying to stay outside. It's trying to go back in. So I think that's what's kind of
maybe we need a keyword like snail, Gina, snail, just Gina, well, or you ain't even got to say Gina, snail.
Yeah, well the thing is, what's it called is like I mean, you can try to pull the snail out of the shell, but as much as you're trying to pull it out, it's gonna come out for a minute, but you just prolonging the time it stays in the shell back. And I felt like that's how I was like during that period of time. And man, I think I was trying to be in that shell, and you were trying to like get me out of that shell and keep it moving. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll probably come into that shell a day. I mean, I was not. I mean, guys don't get it wrong. I hope they don't think I'm, oh man, whatever. Like, hey, just for 3 months, it was whatever. But for that 3 months, there's some times whereby I would blend back in and kind of like seem like I'm getting back to the groove, and boom, I probably come back at night and I'm just like, or whatever. And so I would say that's how that 3 months was. It's not as if I was just blank the whole time, but I blank, I come out, I blank, I come out, and that was how that 3 months was. But I mean, I think it takes the grace of God, and I think I don't know. I think people should comment what they think about it. If it's do they think I need a counselor? Because at times I feel like, I need a counselor. And sometimes I'm just like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a counselor and everything, but I tell them like, yeah, I can get all the help I need, but if in me, it's no, I'm not, I'm not ready to move on and pass that process, I think it's just a waste of time for me. Well, personally, the way I think I function.
I mean, a few things about that. I feel like counselors are very patient, and we can talk about the same topic like for a month or 2 months straight within, each counseling session. So, I mean, it's not like they're sitting there waiting to hear or tired of hearing what you have to talk about.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but I think that process too as well. I don't think I really wanted to talk about it because I ended up talking to somebody, and I think what the person said kind of even pissed me off more. Remember when we went out to I told you the night I went out and I came back home and I said I saw the dude, and they kind of made a comment, and that one comment he said kind of I mean, not like he said anything crazy bad, but he said something, and what he said was like, was
it's a trigger, pretty much.
I mean, it kind of triggered me again, and even though it doesn't mean it's not factual, even though it doesn't mean, but I think it kind of triggers. So I mean, for me, I think at times even talking about it at times could be more harmful for me because talking about it just makes me think about it more.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I just want to think about it and just let it fade away, then keep talking about it.
But I think, yeah, in those seasons, we both have to, at the end of the day, we both have to be gracious to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to realize, like, you know, this is what this person is going through. Yeah, I wanted to end. That was me. But I have to just give you your time, and I have to really trust trust you, and that, like, not allow the enemy to just use my thoughts and just dance on them, you know?
True.
But just really allow you to have your time and be patient with it and continue to do what I did, which is pray. But I could have prayed more, and I could have just left it alone. But I know it was just challenging for me.
Yeah, it's challenging because, I mean, it's something that was not really definite.
But what I also think about is just, I mean, we're not going into, you know, extra stuff, but like last year was just a hard year for us. Like it really was, just with the process of, you know, having our baby. And then after a few months later, I had to get my appendix removed, which I haven't.
4 months later.
4 months later. And so, like, then, like, I didn't have, like, I've seen people have really quick, easy appendix removals and recovery very, very fast. No, I was down for, like, 6 weeks, like, after I had my appendix removed because it ruptured when they were in surgery and I had let the appendix, like, sit, like, it.
Well, I think your pain. Well, I won't say you let it sit. I won't say that. I mean, I think your pain tolerance just went up, and pain.
But I think I just in certain cases, I think I just really have a high pain tolerance. So in that time, like I just had I thought it was something minor, you know. And so by the time I went to the ER and they finally saw it, then they were like, "We need to go ahead and do this right now." And I was just like, hospital, like medicine and nurses and like doctors and just the fear of what I went through, you know, through my birthing experience. And so for Sam, like that's also like a trigger as well because he was there when I had my baby and, you know, but when I had the appendix surgery and everything like that, it was a completely 100% experience. Like, he was there the whole time, like, you know, but it was the surgery, the recovery, extremely hard, extremely exhausting, and having a baby on top of that was extremely hard for Sam, too. So, I think that all of that for him, you know, just emotionally is just a lot. I mean, because you don't physically go through doesn't mean you're not going through it, you know, especially in marriage, because you're literally one. When you have a relationship where you are both following the Lord and you both have a relationship with God and you're both prayerful people, like you're really, really like together, like you both experience it all. You know what I'm saying? So, I already know, like I said in my New Year video, that this year is different. This year is going to be good, and it's going to be a year of, like, God just really, really proving himself more faithful.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
So, we didn't know really what we were going to talk about.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How?
We're talking about it right now.
Okay. But I hope that y'all enjoyed us pretty much having like a counseling session in front of y'all and talking out some stuff we actually didn't even talk out, but like I think having our date day really helped us.
Oh, you call it a date day? Wow. Because
we literally, like, it was hours.
Yeah, I think
and we even budgeted, and that wasn't fun. Someone had asked us to do a financial video. Yeah. But we're not like financial people. Like, we're not financial gurus. So I don't know. Like,
I won't say that. I think I'm a financial guru.
Well, he don't spend money. And that's what he considered a financial.
No, I don't think so. I think, you gotta understand that how finances work. And I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I'll just make it simple. I think there's nothing in terms of finances. I think it's just understanding the basics. It's not rocket science. It's understanding your needs. I mean, if you do the
let's do a separate video before you get into it.
Yeah, it's all about understanding your needs and wants. Once you can differentiate between those two things, trust me, you'll be fine.
That's true. But we really hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all had fun just like talking this out, listening to us talk this out with each other. And yeah, y'all stay tuned for more.
And also, just want to ask a quick question. Do you guys want us to do a video vlog? Because I think I kind of like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but we need to get like better equipment, In the comments, let us know how y'all work things out in your relationship or whatever, so we can talk about it and come back with another video, and we can also answer any questions.
I just want to say this, like, if be you single or dating, engaged, whatever you want to call it, just have that mindset, like when your partner or the next person is going through something, it's difficult at times, but I feel like don't take it personal. And just let it be. Like for me, she has her own time where she's moody and all kind of things, and I'm just gonna wake up. I mean, if I have to go to work, stand up and go do my walk or whatever, I just live my life. And when she gets back to herself, she's gonna come back, and it doesn't bother me. And I understand it doesn't work for everybody, and this doesn't mean I don't care, but it's just me understanding the fact that you can't. I think that's you can't. Like, you can't control, some things you can't control. And once you realize you can't control certain things, just let it be.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you have your days which is funny because she comes for me. We're about to run this involved. It's just coming to mind again. Like, there's some days she comes for me, like, oh, you moody, whatever. And she has numerous of times whereby she doesn't want to deal with nothing. She just want to process it in her head. She just want to do her own thing. And she's just moody. She doesn't say it because of, why she doesn't, why you don't think that you do that? Because if I never address it with you, because if you never bought, well, at times it could be a little bit annoying, but I think I just have that.
I'm so curious now.
Yeah, but I think I just have that sense, that personality of like, you'll be fine.
Gotcha.
Like, and I'm just like, and for me, I like to treat people the way I want to be treated. Like, whenever I want to do stuff, I just want you to be left alone and let me figure it out myself.
Excuse me.
And I just let you figure stuff out, and at times, you come back in it as well. Especially in the morning when you wake up, you're not a morning person, man. You're so annoying.
I mean, I'm a morning person.
No, you're not a morning person.
But I don't want to talk.
Oh, that's
let's in the comments below.
Let's talk about that next time.
Tell us what is a morning person. Define that for me, because I can get up early. I can get up early, but I don't want to talk.
So that's not a morning person.
And that's some people. No. I've sent you memes about this.
No, that's not a morning person. A morning person is somebody that wakes up in the morning and is ready to get and go. Like for me, when I wake up in the morning, boom, boom, you start hearing the noise everywhere. Like you start hearing me doing all kind of things.
And that's the worst. That is the worst.
But you just like wake up in the morning, you walk up to the. I'm just like.
I want to be able to go to the toilet, brush my teeth, wash my face.
This is where you should be grateful.
Put my clothes on.
This is what you should be grateful for me next time. We've been together for 5 years now, and you've done the same thing for 5 years, and I never really like. Even the kind of when we first got married, like she doesn't talk. I'm like, what kind of woman is this one? I don't talk in the morning.
He'd be like, "Good morning," and I'd be like, "Get back."
But you gotta understand, like that's something that I've, like it's not my thing.
That literally lasts for like 5 minutes. So 5 minutes.
That's a lie. The reason why I say that's a lie is most of the time I leave the house early, around probably 6 o'clock. So by the time I'm out of the house, it's just lately. I'm
talking about the times that you are doing it, that you are here.
And I love you.
Oh, me or them?
I love you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't. Well, I love you too. I don't know who's watching this, so I mean. But I love my wife. That's all I'm gonna say. I love you.
I love you too, babe.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is what I deal with, y'all. This is what I deal with.
I'm fun to be around women. Did I actually on the camera right now? I don't think so.
All right.
But I'm fun to be around with, man. It's just about knowing me and understanding how I function.
That's true.
People think I'm quiet. People think, well, I'm quiet. People think, I'm
talks a lot.
I like to talk. He
can be very gentle.
I think if I talk, well, this is the thing. If I start talking around you, just know I trust you and I'm comfortable with you. But if I don't talk around you, I'm just observing you, analyzing you. running, you know,
trying to figure out who you
are,
are,
my parameter around
how your mind works,
how much it works, and the funny
what
thing,
rate your heart beat at. That's what he be trying to figure.
Hey.
Okay, y'all. We ending this video. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.
No.